Hello, I'm back in East Grinstead. Do you recognise the bus stop just behind me? So I'm going to do my next part of my walk along the High Weald Way, whatever it's called. Today I'm going to walk from East Grinstead to Groombridge. I think it's about 15 miles. So, as you can see, it is a very cold day today. There's a slight smattering of snow everywhere. There we are. Yeah, so what shall I say? East Grinstead. Interesting place, very interesting place. One of the oddities about East Grinstead is it seems to attract religious groups or whatever. There's a few sort of around the area. Mormons, spiritualists are they called? I don't know, there's about 4 or 5 of them. I reckon there's a ley line goes through East Grinstead, so maybe, who knows. Grinstead means green place, so I think it was an old market town. Obviously it's developed quite a bit since then, and it's the place where the hospital here, Queen Anne's, Mary's maybe, where they used to take in the pilots during the Second World War that had been really badly burnt, and they pioneered plastic surgery for them, helped loads of them. I think, yeah, the people that were helped by that, they formed a club afterwards called the Guinea Pig Club, which ran for many years. They used to get together fairly regularly, meet up with each other. There's quite a bit has go on here, and there's a few other bits and pieces. So I'm heading up towards the town centre. I'm going to get a coffee and then set off on the path. But I'll show you it. I'll show you the town centre when I get there. This is the main street through East Grinstead, main shopping street, that is. At the top there, there's some quite old buildings. I've just had a bacon batt and a cup of coffee. I feel a bit more with it now, so yeah, I'll put up the name of that doctor in the hospital, get me facts straight. I'll do it now, so yeah, they're up here and now. So I'm at the top end of East Grinstead, and it's quite well known for its medieval buildings. It's quite an attractive little part of the town. So the high street, which I showed you, come up the hill, and then when you're up the hill, you're at this part, and I'll show you some of the different buildings. It's a beautiful day. It is chilly, but it's no problem. And yeah, I think that's about all I'm going to say about this bit. Except I used to come here when I was a kid with my gran. This is where we did our shopping, so it's got quite a few memories for me. Founded in 1609, the college has been functioning as an almshouse for over 400 years. Built with a bequest from the will of Robert Saxville, Earl of Dorset. His will provided £1,000 money to buy land and build a convenient house of brick and stone as a hospital or college for 21 poor men and 10 women. It still provides sheltered accommodation for the elderly today. Look at this. That's somewhere to live, isn't it? I wouldn't mind living somewhere like that. Anyway, I'm going to head out this way. This is a statue to the surgeon I told you about. It's Archibald McIndoe, I think that's how you pronounce it. This is my last bit of East Grinstead information. And then we're out of the town. So between Sackville College and the roundabout that's just down here, is the 0 meridian line, which time is taken from. So at the moment I'm in the east of the world. Is that right? No, I'm in the west of the world. I'm on the west side of the world, and somewhere just along here I'm going to cross the meridian line, and then I'm in the west of the world. Leaving East Grinstead and heading off towards Forest Road. So the path that I'm going to follow through to there is along the old railway line, which they've made into a pathway. There's quite a few people walking down here today. You can see it's an old railway track. I've come off the High Weald landscape trail. That's a mouthful, isn't it? They ought to find something else. High Weald, HWLT. That'll do, HWLT. Anyway, I've come off it to have a look at Bramble Tie House. So when I was a kid, we used to come here and play among the ruins. It was all sort of overgrown and that, so you could scramble all over it or whatever. But now it's a private house, or on private grounds, and it's looked after, I think, by the National Trust or something like that. But there's a house behind it, and it's obviously private property, blah-de-blah-de-blah, as things are. So it's an old 16th century manor house, which became a little bit famous in the late 19th century because there was a chap called Smith, and he wrote a book called Bramble Tie House, which is all about Cavaliers and Roundheads, and it was based here around this place. But yeah, I thought, got to come and have a look at it on my way through. It's only about, I don't know, not even a quarter of a mile off the path. I love walking on days like this when it's cold winter, but it's clear blue sky and the sun's shining. But unfortunately today, all the filming I seem to want to do is always filming into the sun, so it kind of, yeah, makes everything dark and in the shadows, which is kind of, yeah, means you can't quite see things as well as you'd like to. But there you go, just got to put up with it, and yeah, it's the way it is. I was going to say about Bramble Tie House, one of the things I was told, there's a hotel in Forest Road, Bramble Tie Hotel, and folks used to say to me that there's a secret tunnel that goes from the house to the hotel. We always used to call it Bramble Tie Castle, not Bramble Tie House, but it is a house. But I don't think there is. I don't really think there is one. It's just the sort of thing you tell your kids, don't you, and they get all excited about it. I've come to the outskirts of Forest Row, and here the HWLT leaves the old railway track and follows a different path. Unfortunately, it doesn't go through Forest Row, which I think is a shame, because it's a great little village. Well, I think it's a great little village, but then again I'm prejudiced because that's where I was born. But anyway, put some photos up so you can see. Yeah, gonna leave this and head into the fields. Just outside of Forest Row there's Tablehurst Farm, and they have a herd of Sussex red cattle, which I don't think they're rare, but they're not common either. My granddad, not the one who lived here, and he lived down near Lewes, but he used to look after a herd of Sussex Reds for a friend of his. Beautiful cattle. Yes, prejudice again. I think they're quite friendly as well. This chap is. Yeah. Amigo. Last time I walked through quite a few sunken lanes. I think there'll be some this time as well. But here's one. This is just next to Tylehurst Farm. Years and years of people tramping up and down, and cattle. Now there is a fine view out towards Ashdown Forest. So I'm facing east, and Kent's out that way as well. Next bit of information, for what it's worth. That's an old marl pit, and apparently they used to dig it out. It's like a kind of sticky clay, and they used to dig it out, spread it across the land to improve the texture of the fields. So you get various types of clay in Sussex, Weald clay, and a lot of the houses, old houses that you see, were built from that clay back in the day, 18th century before, no, 19th century before. I think it was quite an industry in Sussex. This is what they call a coppice, because this is where they did coppicing. And the trees that you see around you are mainly hazel trees. Back in the day, 19th century and further back than that, trees or bushes or whatever you want to call them like that, straight in front of you, a thin one, they would wait till it looked like it is now, and then they would cut it off near the stump, and the branches, stems, whatever you want to call them, that they would take, they would use them for like wattle daub building, or to make hurdles and things like that, that would use for temporary fencing for sheep. And they'd use I think different woods for different things, like making cart spindles and spades and shovels, handles, all sorts of things like that. So they'd take different wood and let it grow like you see around us, then cut it down to the base, and 5 or 6 years later it would have all grown up again, and they do exactly the same. Back in those days, they knew how to work with nature rather than trying to bully it, which I think we're a bit more inclined to do these days. I've arrived at Hartfield, and this is where A.A. Milne lived when he wrote his famous book Winnie the Pooh. It's got some nice houses, a nice big white van. I think I'm going up that way. I was hoping to find a coffee shop, but not sure. Just eating me sandwiches and whatever in St Mary's Church in Hartfield. I had a really nice chat with the vicar there. She was talking for quite a bit. The church inside's really well set up and as well. So yeah, good place. Really cool. Oh, I've got to show you this tree. Look at this. Love it. Love things like that. So, it's now 10 past. Oh, yeah. It's now 10 past 2. Time's kind of shot by, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty dark by 4 o'clock. So I think I'm going to end up walking in the dark. It's a bit muddy and slippery around here. But there we are. No matter. Let's see what the rest of the day brings. I'm going to finish videoing before I slip over on my backside, because it is well muddy. Withyham, this is called. This little place. I have stepped into Brockhurst Park. That's a covered spring. I don't think you can drink it because the water in it is really red from iron. There's an old wheel or something over there. And look at these timber fronted houses. They're not timber, they're tiles. They've been painted white. This park then, that I'm walking through now, was the original home of the Sackvilles, people that built the almshouses in East Grinstead. Trees, always trees. But I don't know who it belongs to now. And I think the original house is long gone. There's a newer one built upon it. But where it is, we don't know. It's about 3:45 now, and I think I'm about 2 miles away from Groombridge. So I think I'll get there before it gets dark. There's lots of deer fencing around here. And there was a sign back there saying about red deer. Well, they've got red deer, but I've not seen any, not yet anyway. The evening is beautiful, and there's a full moon just come up over the horizon. I love this time, sort of sunsetting time, just before it gets dark. Actually, you can see a bit of sunset behind me, can't you? That's a hefty old rock. It's just standing there on its own. I don't know if this was a bit of a quarry or something at one time, but yeah, just suddenly come across these rocks. That's the way I'm going. There's just a small pond there, and then there's that kind of Greek looking folly, so I guess it must have one time belonged to somebody with a bit of money to spend. Perhaps it still does. These are beechwoods. Oh, a bit of beechwoods. I love to come here when it's autumn. I bet that's spectacular then. It's pretty cool now, to be honest. Can you see that light over there, that building? That's Groombridge. I've made it. I've made it to Groombridge. I don't know why I keep calling it Groombridge, because it's Groombridge. But I have made it. Hello. All I've got to do now is try and find the Crown Hotel, because that's where I'm staying tonight. Glad to say I've made it. I'm surprised how knackered I feel. Anyway, there we are. This is it. Cushy little place, all in all. So yeah, have a drink, put my feet up, have a shower, go and have a meal. I hope tomorrow I feel fit enough for the next bit. But it looks a really nice pub downstairs. Got a log fire and oh, lovely. Well, this is the dining room. Pretty cool, eh? I'll show you the bar later. That's it. I've had some food, had a pint. Food is okay. Probably didn't make the best choices, to be honest, but never mind. Body filler. Now I'm just gonna chill out, and tomorrow I'm hoping to walk to Pembury, which is probably about 15 miles, maybe a little bit less. It's just the other side of Tunbridge Wells, and then I'll catch a bus back to East Grinstead. Anyway, yeah, it's been a great day. Beautiful day. Hopefully tomorrow will be the same. Hopefully tomorrow I'll feel fit and ready to get on with it. But we'll see. Anyway, see you again.